Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to part 4 of the Marvel Rivals Art Challenge. We've got another absolute banger of a video coming up for you guys. Now, just before we start, I just want to say if you're an artist out there and you've been watching our videos and you've done any artwork of a Marvel Rivals character, whether it's from the game already or a new concept like we have, we would like you to submit your artwork to us so we can make a reaction video. So if that sounds cool with you and you've got some artwork to submit, go to the description below and you'll see a Google form there where you can fill out a few details and upload your artwork. And then Rui and I, in a future video, will be able to react. Maybe we'll roast some people, maybe we'll give someone some flowers. You never know. But I think that's going to be quite entertaining for everyone. So we'll get onto that. Now we'll get to the video. Hello, Rui. How you doing, mate?
Good. We're just going to jump straight to the point, aren't we?
We are. Let's get to it.
We've seen your comments and we've collected a bunch of names from the comments and added it to a massive list. Jackson's seen this list. What do you think of it?
The list is extremely juicy. The characters are very sexy. All male. no homo.
No, we've got a few.
There's some females in there. Yeah,
I think there's one.
Okay.
That's not good enough.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them on a wheel, and we're gonna spin that wheel, and whoever lands on the character has to draw that character this week.
Yeah. So no picking. Just
no. We've gone even more degenerate than the coin flip.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. So let's switch over to that. Who's going first?
I reckon Red Unit Inc. should go first.
Red Unit Inc. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, before you spin it, do you have a favorite that you would like to hit?
There's a few. I'd love Beast. I'd love Daredevil. Abomination would be sick, and probably Quicksilver.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Mystique. I've got too many.
I mean, chill. Yeah, you'd have to say the whole wheel. The one that sticks out to me straight away, I would say, is Nova. I can imagine a dope-ass design for him. It would be tricky, but it'd be good. X-Men Cyclops would be so badass. Green Goblin would be dope. So I'll leave it at those three as my top picks. But, you know, at the end of the day, whatever it hits, I'm going.
Alrighty, so it's my turn. Let's go. Let's go.
Spin it up. Spin it up, son. Spin it.
Stresses me out. Abomination would be sick.
We go. Oh, bro, you got it. Your Abomination, bang. That's sick.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Oh, dude. That's
yes.
Is that your third? Oh, second. This would be your second Vanguard. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah. I still have to get a strategist. I don't have a strategist, but Vanguard. I'm happy with Vanguard. I'm happy with Abomination. Let's remove it from the wheel so you don't get it. And now it's your turn. You ready?
Out. Let's spin it up, son. Oh, we got.
Let's go.
Come on, something juicy. Yeah, there it is. Quicksilver.
You didn't see that coming?
The one we mentioned, bro. It's listening to us. It's listening to us. AI has taken over, and it hears what we say, and it gives it to us.
Oh god.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy with that.
You happy?
I could do a badass Quicksilver, I reckon.
Alright, let me switch over to this. So, you got Quicksilver.
Yep.
I got Abomination.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Okay, so we got Quicksilver from the big wheel spin. I love this dude in the Avengers. Rest in peace. We have the rough sketch here for his pose, as I do with all my character designs. I obviously sketch out the rough anatomy first in a cool dynamic pose. So it's the character screen, so I didn't want it to be hyper dynamic, as if it was like, you know, one of the loading screen splash arts. So he's just in this cool sort of pose, got his arms out to the side, and it's inspired actually by Magneto, which I'll put up on the screen now. And if you know anything about Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, they're brother and sister, and their dad is actually Magneto. Okay, so I wanted his sort of persona and attitude to be that of Magneto, where he's sort of like, you know, look at me, I'm I'm the boss. And he's like the fastest guy, right? So I think it's fitting that he has an attitude like that. Now I think I've got the pose down. The facial expression and the hair is looking pretty cool so far. So let's see if we can't make a decent costume for this guy. Okay, so after about half an hour, 45 minutes of just messing around with the initial design of the chest piece, I thought if I could nail the sort of chest and shoulders area early on, the rest should come together. So this is sort of where I'm at so far. This section here with that strap that goes up to his shoulder, sort of inspired by like a race car driver with the seatbelt or something like that, and him being a speedster, he's going quite fast. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to incorporate that into the chest design. Now with the lightning bolt, I didn't want it to just be the same as, on the MCU or in the comics, where it's essentially a skin tight lightning bolt that goes down there with each of these zigzags. So sort of looks a bit different than the the DC's Flash, where it's just in the little chest section. So I like that long sort of curving lightning bolt, and I'm thinking, do I make it metal chunky plates so far? So I think it looks cool at the moment, but I don't think it's 100% there yet. So I'm gonna keep working on this sort of whole section here, and I'll see what I can come up with. Okay, so I've spent a little bit more time on the whole upper body section. Now, it's not exactly where I want it to be. I still need to have a bit of play around with the design. I think the lightning bolt section looks cool for now with like these little metal panels, which I picture, when his torso moves, they can sort of flex inwards and outwards. I don't know if I'm going to stick with that for the final design, but I just wanted to get it drawn down just to see what it would look like. And that's a whole part of the concept design. That's why these designs can take so long, is because you go through all these different iterations and add different elements to each step in the design process. Okay, so if you're out there and you're doing your own designs, don't stress if you don't get it right the first time. I would say my designs are barely ever right the first time. The shapes are always off, the lines are crooked or whatever it may be. So you just do it, see what it looks like. If you don't like it, rub it out and go again. That's the beauty of digital art. So I'll keep moving along with the design process, and I'll just show you guys this section here that I got up to with the boots. Now, I was thinking, because he's a speedster, does he need these chunky sort of mechanical boots to support his feet and his calf muscles when he's running? I sort of roughed out the design here. And again, I don't think I'm sold on it. I think I might have to do something a little bit more sleek and a bit more streamlined. So I'll have another shot at that, and I'll see what I can get. Okay, so I've spent a little bit more time on the character design. I'd say I'm pretty happy with the gauntlets, the shoulder pads, and some of the overall line work that goes through his suit. Now, I've taken a screenshot of where I was at here, and then I think I spent probably another hour or so on it, cleaning up and simplifying some of the design aspects, which I'm about to show you in a minute. I think maybe the leg section here looks a little bit too much like the DC's Flash, so I might chop and change those a little bit. I'm pretty happy with the shoes. They're like these cool sneakers, but they're just way more simplified than that big mechanical boot that I had before. So I would say that works. The belt section. Now, does Quicksilver need a belt? Does he need utility belt? Maybe if he was a support character and he did heals or something, maybe. But I personally don't think he needs one, so I may remove that. I've still got the metal plates here in the lightning bolt, so I'll show you what I got to next from this section. So I'll turn off that layer and I put that one. This is, I'd say, closer to the final design that I'm thinking. So still got that cool strap in there that holds up the shoulder plate. The lightning bolt did end up becoming a skin tight lightning bolt across his torso, even though I said I wanted to try and avoid that. But I just think that makes it look sleek. I just personally think that's really cool. And then that also adds into all these other little lines that go throughout his body and add into those little sharp points as well, which is another little design feature. But yeah, it took out a lot of the sections that were in there, like all those extra little lines. I think that can just be a little bit of breathing space. Like I was saying in one of my previous videos, you want to have some exciting parts, and then as the design moves, you want to have some breathing space for the eye, right? So you want to lead the viewer's eyes into all the exciting sections, and then let it chill for a little bit as well. I think he's looking pretty gangster with the facial features. Probably could pass as a villain. this version of Quicksilver, with you know, some anime style hair. If you watch like Dragon Ball Z, things like that. Maybe like Super Saiyan Gohan when he's a teenager. It's like one of my favorite forms. So yeah, that's where I'm up to so far. Now, the next step of the process is the flat colors, and then I'll have to get onto the rendering. Okay, so we're at the flat colors now. I'm pretty happy with how all the blues look in the design. I've essentially just got, you know, a light shade of blue in there, a dark shade of blue, some grey where that strap is, metal, like silver metal for all the little belt buckles, and then basically a almost white color for the lightning bolt. Now you have to remember, when you're using whites in your design, you want to add a slight hue of the overall color theme. So Quicksilver, his overall color theme is blue throughout his suit. So if I was to highlight this white and use the color picker, you can see this circle right here. It's not quite in the middle where white is. It moves down to the blue. Now let me show you, for example, you know, you could either go slightly pink, you know, slightly orangey red, slightly green. If we pick like a, let's say slightly orangey yellow, almost turns into like a skin color. So you could imagine if I was to highlight all of these bluey white sections and do that, you know what I mean? It doesn't look terrible. That could be a color theme for a superhero character, but in terms of Quicksilver's colors, it doesn't look quite right, because it goes that pinky orangey color. So just be aware of that when you're choosing your whites, or even your black sometimes, like where you're really dark colors. For him, you bit of a blue. If they're a yellow character, add a little bit of a yellow, you know? Just helps unify all the colors together. Okay, so like I've said in my other videos, I don't like to show you guys too much of the rendering process, as it may spoil the reveal at the end of the video, but I obviously want you guys to get some value out of the video, so I'll show you how I would go about rendering Quicksilver's hair. So essentially, I think it's easy if you make a little color palette on the side. So we have from the brightest highlight down to the shadow color of his silvery white hair. Now I'll grab the shadow color, and I'll just start painting in all these sections. Now when I did the line work, all these thin little, you know, black lines that go throughout the hair, they're actually planes that I can shade on. So if you don't know what a plane is, imagine a cube, and each surface of the cube is a plane. All right, so when you move that around with one light source, some bits there's going to be light hitting it, and then some bits are going to be in the shadow, and they're all different values. All of this section here that I'm painting is where the light is not hitting. Okay, so it's basically all in shadow, and we could do some sections in here, sections in here. Now obviously I can't do it super accurate in real time, as I'm also talking to you guys, so you have to bear with me, but you'll sort of get the gist as I move along. And then these sections on the top, because I want to do the light from above his head, so central top down. So all these big chunks on the top here are going to be lit up the most. Okay, so we just paint those in. And like I said, it's not super accurate at the moment, but it should get the point across. Okay, so we have a highlight, mid-tone, and then a shadow. Now you could, if you wanted to, eyedrop that shadow color, go slightly darker, and then just render right from the bottom where it's the darkest. And that just gives you a slight variation in the shadow tones, which can work out really cool. Also, when it comes to the rival style, you have to remember a lot of their shapes actually, because they're quite angular, you can get that cool little, I'll zoom in so you can see that they do that line pattern. So you can add that into little sections if you'd like. And remember, when you're painting, follow along form of the hair. Don't just do random little lines anywhere. Okay, we got some of them. And if I eyedrop this top color here, that is called a spectral highlight. So that's where the light hits the form and it's going to be the most intense and the most bright. Okay, so if you have a curved surface like this and the light is hitting it, right in that central bit will be the spectral highlight. So if you have for example, if you have a curve like this, the spectral highlight will generally be in the center of that curve. And then you just style it up. Okay, and because I'm doing this hair quite blocky, you know what I mean? All of those things are sharp edges. You want to have the highlight going up the edge and then cutting into the middle where the curve would be. Now, obviously, like I said, it's super rough because I'm doing it in real time for you guys. And obviously, when I'm not filming, I can do it a lot crispier. So yeah, that's basically how I would go about rendering the hair for Quicksilver. Now, I do need to get onto the rendering for the rest of the character, but I want to show you one more little tutorial before I move on to the big reveal. Okay, so this tutorial is actually a little hack of how you can get your texture onto the suit easily and quickly. Okay, so I have this little hexagon texture just here, and essentially you just want to duplicate this. I like to go duplicate, then merge, and just continue that for a few steps. Okay, so once you have them all merged together, then obviously you can rotate this texture however you would like. Now what I want to do is put it over that whole lightning bolt section on his chest. Okay, so I'm going to put the opacity down to 50% so I can see where the hexagons line up with his design. And then essentially what you want to do is grab the lasso tool and just start cutting out the lightning bolt. Okay, so we've cut out all the texture we need, so it just sits perfectly in that little lightning bolt section. Now, it looks kind of trash here, but what I would like to do is give it a slight bit of glow. So instead of just having it at a slight opacity, I actually want to put it on color dodge. That's going to make all the black sections sort of fade into the back and the white sections really pop and become vibrant. So I could put it up to 100%, probably a little bit overdone, but all right, we pull it back to somewhere around maybe 70 or 75%. And I think that's looking pretty good. So yeah, that's one quick and easy way to put a texture onto your character. Now I got to get onto the rendering for the rest of the character, make him look real spicy, and then onto the big reveal. Yo, Rui.
Yo.
Happening, bro?
Not much. You ready?
I'm ready, man. This Quicksilver, bro, it was pretty difficult, actually. For someone who's got quite a simplistic comic book design, bro. He definitely ran a few circles around me.
I thought it would be. It would be because there's like you had two like big armored dudes and bulky dudes, and then you had Gwen, and now you got to sort of do like a leaner, faster character.
Yeah, and I went through that process in my video of like doing a bit chunkier, some sections bulkier and stuff like that, and I did so many things that didn't work, and but I think I eventually got to a point that I like, so I think I'm ready to reveal it.
Let's go!
Alright, let's do it.
You didn't see that coming?
Dude!
That's my Quicksilver, bro.
Dude, that is a Quicksilver. God damn!
Yeah, so like the final design actually he came out pretty sleek, right? Like obviously if you're looking at him, he looks like
that pose is so gangster.
He looks like a runner. Oh yeah, so the pose was one thing, right? So obviously he's a speedy guy, he runs and that. You would think maybe he's doing one of those running stretches, pulling the leg, doing the shoulder, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's Magneto's kid, right? So I was having a look at some of the Magneto poses, bro, and there's one where Magneto's got the hands out with a bit of electricity around him, and he just looks like an absolute boss.
I love that.
I was like, what if Quicksilver gets that sort of personality? You know, he has that attitude where he's like, bro, I'm the fastest, like I'm the sickest, and so that's sort of what I wanted to show in his pose.
That is sick. Cool. That is sick.
Yeah.
I love this, dude. The hair, the hair.
Yeah, so
are you cooked?
Dude, the hair in the comics, bro. He looks like, I don't know, like an egg with toothpicks, like like absolute just onion head. And I was like, how do I make it look cool? And then like I embraced my my inner child, and I was like, give me someone. And I'm thinking like maybe like Teen Gohan or like even Gojo or something like that sort of aesthetic. I wanted to hear, especially with white hair, right? Gojo kind of makes sense.
Oh, dude, yeah, that face too.
So I animated his hair, spiked it up, gave him like a little cheeky grin with the angry eyeballs, and I think overall as a design it works. I'd say he almost looks like a villain, but you know what I mean. Him and Scarlet Witch, they could go either way. So
there's only one thing I would have done, and it's just pure aesthetic thing. Is I would have duplicated this like him and put him on either side and then blurred it in between like a motion blur. So it looks like he's like dodging, like because he looks like he's like try and hit me like to like Hawkeye or something.
Yep. Yeah. 100%.
And if you have that, it's like he's like phasing in and out.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be mint. I think we could probably do that for the Instagram post.
yeah. Just add it afterwards.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, like I said, I initially through my design process, bro, I did bigger, chunkier robotic boots, kind of like the Star-Lord thing, but it just was too much, and I was like, this dude's a speedster. He needs to be sleek. I tried to make him look different from the MCU version, and also different from like the Flash, which is, you know, most people know. He's probably one of the most famous speedsters. Obviously, he's DC, but
yeah. And you know what? It's got a similar vibe to Scarlet Witch too. Like, I feel like if you put them next
that's sort
to
of
each
what I was
other,
going for. Yeah.
Yeah. If you put those two characters, like the character screens next to or the artworks next to each other, it does look like a brother and sister duo, which could be also a team up. Hello, team up.
Scarlet Speedster.
The Maximoff twins.
Yeah. Maximoff power. Yeah, we could do it.
Yeah. Her thing is screaming pure chaos, and this one's he screams pure speed. Yeah, just
tornado. That's another thing I was thinking about with his ultimate ability. I think it'll be similar to Psylocke's, but in this version, everyone within like a certain radius is basically slowed down to like, you know, 20% speed or whatever. So they're like moving in slow mo.
If you then
then he gets a speed boost, so then he can just like and like
that's sick.
Just beat the shit out of everyone. I thought that would be
slow down the whole game.
That would be probably too OP, but
dude, imagine that. Like, there's like let's say it lasts like 5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And there's 5 seconds to go on that overtime thing, and then this guy goes pure speed, and it just everything just goes, and it just like 5 seconds turns into 10 seconds.
Yeah, dude, and even the timer at the top slows down.
Starts slowing down. Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would make some of probably the best clips from Marvel Rivals so far.
I think out of all the characters that we've done, he's probably now the one that I would want to see the most in the game, and I'd probably play him.
Yeah.
Out of all the characters, I'd probably play him. Out of all the ones that we've done,
I would definitely play this bad boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's my Quicksilver.
Hell yeah.
To see Rui's Abomination, that big bad boy, you head over to his channel. You can see that. And you guys know the rest. You like, subscribe, hit the bell, and follow for more. Oh man!
I did a little animation.
Wait, what? And I think that this could be, for me, your top design. Like,
really?